what is it that we have to bring to the fore as far as Bharata First is concerned. So the big announcement that is going to be made right now is that we are coming up, or we are right now launching a new platform called My Bharata. After I started Bharata First, many of you have asked me, to focus a little more on Indian history, to focus a little more on our culture, on the Vedas, on the Puranas, on the Itihasa, and so many other aspects of what we today have come to call Indic. But it's much more than that. What is Bharata Kshetra? Who are we? Where do we come from? Why is it important for us to know our culture, our traditions, and also what it is that we have contributed as far as the world itself is concerned? Many of you have these questions lingering in your mind and are trying to seek these answers and are trying to understand exactly what has happened in the past, why are we here today, and who are we? So these kind of questions we'll try and answer through interactions, through interviews, through videos, through short documentaries, and so many more other aspects through a new platform called My Bharata. So My Bharata is the platform that we will be launching, and it is going to be launched now by a very distinguished member of society. She is someone who needs no introduction as well. She is a Padma awardee of 2020 as well, and she's contributed, in fact, she's a Padma Shri 2020, contributed immensely to the society with regards to Indian history. She is a person who needs no introduction. It's a pleasure to welcome right now Dr. Meenakshi Jain. Dr. Jain, if you could please grace the occasion, join us. Thank you so very much. This is Dr. Meenakshi Jain, a woman who needs no introduction at all. I couldn't think of anybody else to be doing this with, to launch My Bharata, this platform. Dr. Jain, a pleasure having you here.
Frank, I must offer my heartiest congratulations to you on this very important channel that you're going to launch today, My Bharata. It is going to meet a crying need of India. As you rightly said, many of your viewers, we don't know much about our past. The past in all its glory and imperfections, and it is so important that young people become familiar with the great heritage that they have. Do you know that the great Pythagoras, every student knows because of the theorem, but how many know that he is actually said to have come to India? And what did he take back from India? It is very interesting. The philosophy of metempsychosis, which means rebirth, transfer of the soul from one body to another. Imagine he went back and he taught this. And it is a philosophy which remains with us even today. So these kind of important facets of our heritage, young people need to be reminded of that and retold that. So I congratulate you on this new venture. I'm sure it's going to be as successful, if not more successful, than your earlier channel, because this has a wider canvas, a wider audience it will get. And the earlier channel was catering to a niche audience, of people who are appearing for the civil services, etc. But now you have such a wide platform for yourself. And I was listening to your introductory comments, and it shows what a vast canvas you have for yourself. So once again, hearty congratulations for this new venture.
Thank you so very much, Meenakshi ji. And before I proceed, of course, let us have the traditional lighting of the lamp ceremony. When we start something new, it is always good to light a lamp and bring in the good. Many people don't even understand this as to, we have lighting of the lamp, but why do we do it? What is its significance? And so many other aspects that need to be told.
And through your channel, you can educate the younger generation on so many things. The importance of customs, rituals, traditions, festivals. apart from history, of course, I'm really delighted at your venture.
And how there is actually a science related to it, because if you go through our scriptures, it's all mentioned there. It's not like
Yes.
it's out in the air.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So, Meenakshi ji, before I proceed, let me just find out from you, as to why is it important for us to know about our past? Why is it important for us to study history? And if you look at it, by and large, as children, we look at history, as a very boring subject. But later on in life, we all want to go back and understand this boring subject as children suddenly becomes very interesting once we get past a particular age. Why does that happen?
You see, the past never remains in the past. It keeps coming up in the present. And unless we know the past, there is no way that we can grapple with our present situation, our present challenges, and move ahead. For that, we have to know history. It's very important. What are the traditions that we are heirs to? What is our heritage that we should be proud of? When did we succumb? Why did we succumb? How did we get up and start again? So this history of India, it is a history which has a glorious past. Then there are phases when many people believe it's not so glorious, but how we overcame every triumphed over every adversity, So these are things, I'll just give you an example. In the ancient period, India was attacked so many times. Northwestern India was repeatedly ruled by people from outside. But we don't even remember them today. Why is it that? Because, they immersed themselves in the civilizational heritage and the spiritual heritage of this country. So, and they imposed no belief system of theirs. Imagine, this is something that really is worth recalling. That we had Indo-Bactrian Greeks, we had the Shakas, we had the Kushans, even had the Huns, who were supposed to be such a barbaric race. But each one of them embraced the spiritual heritage of this land, the cultural spiritual heritage and the ethos. So there is, we have inscriptions which have survived till today, which talk about how somebody became a Buddhist, somebody became a Shaivite, etc., etc. So it makes us realize that there was something that we had to offer to the world. Even when the world came as conquerors, they soon forgot that they were conquerors. And it is such a glorious period. And when you read how these people become, contribute to the spiritual heritage and the spiritual culture and the traditions, it is so enriching and so rewarding. So it is important,
Absolutely. It is important, and it is really something that we need to know if we have to build a better future and build on what we have. It is important to know about our past. Thank you so very much, Dr. Meenakshi Jain, for sharing your thoughts and your views and putting things into perspective for us as far as this subject is concerned. Lovely having you here on the launch of My Bharata. Pleasure.
My best wishes to you always.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jain, and I wish you a very good evening. Thank you for being here. Well, that was Dr. Meenakshi Jain, of course, speaking to us about the importance of history, why we need history, and why we need My Bharata. So the platform, like I already mentioned, is here. The first program of My Bharata will be live at 9 p.m. this evening. I shall share the link here as well for all of you so that you can get a glimpse of My Bharata and get to know about the platform itself. It's a platform that will change the way you look at Bharata. It will change the way you have looked at history as well. We're going to be looking at spirituality. We're going to be looking at history, tradition, culture, and why it is we do what we do, who we are, where we come from, and where we can go. These are some of the aspects that we are going to look at through My Bharata. Let me just share something with you before I proceed as well, because I'd like to show you an image of our logo. And if I can share a better one, actually, let me do that first. Let me look for it. Where have I put it? Okay, anyways, I don't seem to be finding it, but this is the logo. There's a lot of thought that has gone into this logo as well. If you look at it very closely, it's a brilliant logo. I'm going to let your imagination decide as to where it, what all of this means, because, but don't let it go too far, because soon I'll make a video about this particular logo as well, and try and make you understand what this logo is all about. But if you can decipher yourself, well and good. This is the logo that we are going with, and I just wanted to share this logo with you. And I'd like to continue to get your love, your support for this particular project as well, because I need it more so than ever. And right now is when you can support this initiative, My Bharata, as well, and get many of your questions answered as to the fundamental questions that are always on your mind about who you are, where you come from, and where it is that you're going. Let me also now introduce my team to you, because you need to know who's working behind the scenes as well. And it's a wonderful young team that I have with me that has been working on Bharata First as well as My Bharata too. So all of them, of course, have been working tirelessly. Some of them have not been able to join this particular meeting for whatever reason, but few of them are here. And it's been a young team right from the beginning, from when Bharata first started on March 15, 2021. By April 1st, 2021, I had the first set of interns joining me. There were 12 of them. Then team expanded slowly and moved and kept contributing in every possible way. The rise of Bharata First that you've seen today, we celebrate 1 year of Bharata First too, as of March 15, 2022, is all thanks to the support and the kind of work that all the team has put in right from April 1st, 2021. This, of course, is a new team, new individuals who are here as well, and who are contributing immensely to the platform. I don't know why none of them are on video. Without being on video, you can't really see them, but there you go, slowly and steadily. Some of them you might have seen before already, but you can see a very smiling Samriddhi there. There's Samriddhi, there's Suchita, there's Sunidhi, there's Nishant, Ajit, Harsh, and Harita, who are here today, but some of them are not on video. I don't know why, but nonetheless, these are some. There's Nishant. That's Nishant. Nishant, you'd have seen anchoring a few shows on history and culture and all those other aspects. It's a subject that is very, very close to his heart, and he looks at it very, very closely. And so this is a small team, a very energetic team, a team that has been contributing in every way possible. And you're going to see and hear a lot more from all of them. Many of you who are part of the Knowledge Center would already know Samriddhi and all the effort that she has been putting in through the Knowledge Center, and she is single-handedly now taking care of that very aspect after it was handed over to her by someone who was highly capable and was contributed for almost 10 months. Romit, he is no longer with Bharata First at the moment, but immensely contributed immensely, and she continues to follow in the footsteps, continue to build on what platform Romit had built, and she's doing wonderfully well with the Knowledge Center. Also, Supreet, if you can come on camera so that everyone can see you and know who you are too. So that is Supreet. Supreet is also another one of the teammates, and Ajit has also finally switched on his camera so that we all can see Ajit too. Ajit is someone who takes care of the video editing and all those other aspects at Bharata First. Supreet is someone who takes care of guest coordination at Bharata First. He'll be taking care of guest coordination at My Bharata as well, to get people like we just saw, the Padma Shri, Meenakshi Jain is someone that Supreet and team worked on getting in, We also have a few others who are trying to join in now that the cameras are finally working. Let's see if we can get them through as well so that you can meet them too and get a glimpse of Harita and Garima as well. Harita's camera is slowly switching on. Garima, I don't know, that's Harita as well. She's someone who takes care of the newsletter, has got a very strong connection with the Indic cause, and she takes care of the Bharata First newsletter for the time being. She'll be doing a lot more at My Bharata as well. All of us as a team are excited, and there's Garima finally. So that's Garima as well. So this is a small but a very strong team working very hard for Bharata First and My Bharata, and we are all excited to be launching My Bharata today. And all of us as a whole would like your support to ensure that you carry My Bharata past Bharata First. So it's going to be a race now between My Bharata and Bharata First over the next 1 year to see who's going to outcompete the other. And for that, we'll need your support. And like I said, through My Bharata, we'll be answering several of those questions, several of those difficult questions that have always been on your mind about why is it that we do what we do? When we light a lamp, when we look up at the sun, cricketers from across the world, not just from India, if you've seen, since it's cricket season right now, cricketers, when they go out to bat or bowl, the first thing that they do is they look up at the sun. Why is it that they do that? Where does it come from? What is the meaning? Is there some meaning behind it? So these are some of the aspects that we are going to look at. There are so many things like that. Why is it that we follow certain customs and certain traditions? Do we follow them blindly? Think about it. So that's something that we're going to try and address through My Bharata. So thank you all for being here for the launch of My Bharata and being present here as well. I'm sorry if I've not been able to take any questions today, but before I leave or as I leave, let me ask the team to share the link of the YouTube channel of My Bharata as well, and see if we can get it pinned somewhere so that everyone can. Okay, already shared. Wonderful. It's in the chat section. I can see it now. It's pinned. So the YouTube link is already here. Please